Hi guys, Ray here, City Fan TV. Hope you're all doing very well indeed. I'm here near Rochdale and Littleborough at Hollingworth Lake today. Just gonna have a little walk around the lake as we record another video for you guys. This is Sunday morning, 8 AM when I'm recording this video, and City won a couple of days ago, Friday night, against Burnley 3-0. Very nice, got that win. Could have been slightly better performance, but the main thing is we got the 3 points. But a couple of things happened in that game that are of concern. One was obviously Kyle Walker's injury. I think he'll be okay, but it was a bit of a nasty tackle, a bit of a lunge, unnecessary, but hopefully Kyle is okay. And the other one was the injury to KdB. Now that is the one that's causing me a lot more concern. That is the one where we just don't have anyone to fill KdB's boots, and we'll look at how that's going to affect us, because I think it really is going to affect us potentially quite significantly early on in the season. Anyway, okay, so obviously we lost Ilkay Gundogan. He decided to go to Barcelona. Good luck to him and all that. But he was one of our most creative players. He was playing in that advanced midfield role, which is there to create opportunities, provide assists, score goals. Okay, and he had that composure and everything else. KdB was a different kind of player, but KdB, I think, took more risks, was a little bit more greedy, and he had a welly of a shot from outside the box as well, and he scored a decent number of goals himself. But the assists were just incredible. To lose Gundogan and now KdB, wow, without any adequate replacement, I think there's a worry. There's a worry that KdB appears to have done injured his hamstring, as he did in the Champions League final, and he could be on the sidelines. Honestly, don't know. I think he's going to have a scan. Is it today or tomorrow? He's going to have a scan, and they'll have a better idea as to the extent of his injury. The worry is you can't rush him back. You can't rush him back, and the concern is this is a reoccurrence, by the looks of it, of previous injury that only happened, if you remember, 2 months ago on the 10th of June. Now, maybe in the old days you'd question whether he came back too soon. Did he come back too soon? Well, you'd like to think that the City medical department, the team there, would not let that happen. They are in a position, mostly I think, to overrule the manager. Yes, the manager wants his way, but the coaching staff and the coaching staff, the physios and the medical team, the conditioning coaches and all that, I think they have a much bigger say now than they did many years ago. You've got to listen to them. They've got all the electronic gizmos and all the testing to be able to check the situation on players' fitness and muscle injuries and stuff, and fatigue is has a big impact on it. Players getting injured, that's why they're complaining about these longer games, as in the injury time, some games like 10-11 minutes of injury time each half, and they're worried that this may take a toll on players, because you see, most games where they go into extra time, someone gets cramp. Okay, so they're not used to being able to basically play for that long. They can't cope with it. The bodies struggle. So my worry is KdB's if it's a reoccurrence of this injury, has it just exactly the same things happened? Has he made it worse? And as I said, we won't know, I suspect, till Monday, Tuesday, when Pep does his press conference for Sevilla. And I suspect possibly even then Pep will just turn around and say he's had a scan, we don't know the results yet. It's an easy cop out. for a player that could be out for, I mean, this is purely speculation, 4 to 6 weeks now. I expect a few weeks out. He's got to rest. He's got to have a break, and it's not so long ago, obviously, that we're in the Champions League final, and it is very difficult for the players. They've come back really soon. We've heard Rodri complaining about fatigue. You know, he can't do what he did last season, play over 50 games. It's just too much. So that's the situation with KdB. As I said, there's no direct replacement for Ilkay Gundogan or KdB. What options do we have for attacking midfielders? Foden. That's, for me, the most natural and realistic option. But even we saw with Foden, one of the reasons Pep has said in the past that he's reluctant to play Foden as an attacking midfielder. This is probably 3 years ago. But he said, what Pep said was, I mean, Foden was playing out wide on the left, and I think Pep said his final position will be as an attacking midfielder. But the issue Pep had was Foden loses the ball too much. Foden takes risks, and when you take risks out on the wing, you're losing the ball usually high up the pitch and pretty wide. When you take risks as an attacking midfielder, you're losing the ball probably closer to your goal. You're losing the ball in more dangerous areas. And there was one occasion against Burnley that Phil Foden, that Foden lost the ball in our own half, and he didn't bust a gut to get back. That losing the ball happens, but not busting the gut immediately to get back. He was more disappointed that he'd lost the ball, and he needed to think for a second to say, hey, I need to go and get this, where it should have been immediate. So that's the concern. Bernardo Silva isn't that kind of player. You know, we ended up with I think players who put a lot of effort in. Alvarez, well, this is against Burnley. Alvarez, a lot of effort. Bernardo, a lot of effort, a lot of running around. Foden, a lot of effort, a lot of running around. There's some creativity there, obviously, but not, nothing that's a patch on what KdB and Ilkay Gundogan can do. So it's a huge worry about KdB's injury. He's 32/33. He's knocking on, and chatting with Bernard yesterday, Bernard and Mike from both from the Blue. Bernard said he's probably got 2 good years left in him. Why are you killing him? Why did we have to play him? I understand, I think Bernard said if it's a Champions League final you can accept, but not this league game. Yes and no. I'd say, I'm not going to argue with Bernard, he's bigger than me, but I think there's an issue. Good catch, sir. Catching a fish. Anyway, let's not go there. Look at the fishing person yourself. Can you see them? So Bernard's not happy if it's Champions League final. You expect him? Yes, you can see. For me, it was the first game of the season. We had to win it. It was so important. Yes, we got a cracking record against Burnley. Mike said we scored 11 games against them. Scored 40, conceded. But records are there to be broken, as someone once told me. And we had to win that first game of the season. It was imperative. It's so important to start the season on a good footing. Now, when you look at the rest of the games coming up, we've got a massive one against Newcastle in the league next weekend. Obviously, KdB won't be playing, I don't think, against Sevilla. We've got a massive game against Newcastle, and then I think we've got some winnable games. 4 or 5 winnable games until maybe a bit more, 6 or 7 until we get up to Arsenal. That's going to be, I think, Newcastle and Arsenal are going to be serious tests for us early in the season, and KdB might be missing for a lot of these so-called, I'm not going to say easy games, but so-called winnable games. So that is a huge concern. Now it might move City into a position that they might not have wanted to go, but obviously appears they want Lucas Paquetá from West Ham, and I said last week I think City really want him. They will go and put the money down for him. I think West Ham are going to push this. They see deals at the moment, you know, Declan Rice 105 million, Caicedo is going to go for about 115 million, Romeo Lavia is going to go potentially for 55 million. They see some ridiculous numbers, and hey, they're not City, so they're going to make City pay through the nose. So I think he's going to be attacking midfield. It costs 100 million. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy since they paid him 51 or 53 million just last summer. He hasn't really done that much, you know, in the time he's been there. But the injury to KdB, I think, gives us very few options. You know, do we play Cole Palmer, who might be on his way as well? Do we play Cole Palmer and Phil Foden as attacking midfielders? Can't do that. Just can't do that. I don't really think that's Bernardo's place either. You know, it's a mess. It's a mess of our own doing by not having enough players in, not having them in early enough in the transfer window. We should have if we were desperate for Paquetá, we should have been something like that. Should have been this bad business. 1 or 2 months ago, that we were contest growing in early. Should have done the same with everybody else. But it's going to be a tough start to the season. We've got to keep winning, guys. Got to keep winning. We can't give anybody a chance. Newcastle next weekend, Sevilla in the Super Cup in the week. Just got to get the hammer down and keep winning, guys. If you're new to the channel, it would be fantastic if you could subscribe. If you could hit that bell icon, you'll be notified as soon as new videos come out. We'll see you around, Blues.